Hey guys, back at it again, obviously. Today, I was gonna go over a couple of fundamental changes I made to the game, as I've been having some issues with some aspects of it that I needed to fix, and then I might start working on some weapons, some different types. Um, I am unsure as to why this thing is like in space right now. There we go. I believe it has to be. In fact, this is one of the problems I was having. There we go. So, first and foremost, I figured out that so the AI weren't able to move to the respawn points because they weren't inside the actual bounds of the navigation. So, for example, this one would have been potentially too high. So if I do this and select floor, oh, wait, sorry, that's done a shift. Hang on. This one and that. So that's the actual like floor. And you can see the respawn points and a lot of the objectives, which are the now much larger cubes, are just below the actual ground. This was because they weren't actually picking up the AI inside them, which stopped the AI from being able to move to them and the objectives working correctly. I have also removed the AI's box extents that I was using to detect groups of enemies within a range, as they were claiming objectives that they weren't actually inside, which caused a lot of problems because the objectives would never be taken in some cases because there would be like a bot inside one, technically inside the other. Because these box extents count as collision, and the on overlap event inside all of them collectively could potentially detect all of the bots at the same time. And I put some debugging-esque HUD sort of UI in, and it kind of proved it when one of the objectives had like 12 bots technically inside its radius, even though they were all across the map. So with that in mind, I changed the AI to use what is it? There we go. So this before was using get drones in area, which was getting the drone assigned to the AI and getting the all the overlapping actors inside the box extent, which yeah, they don't do anymore. So now it just uses the standard get actors in world method to do so, and it still works. It might be slightly more or less efficient. I'm still not haven't noticed any significant difference. But I've also added an extra team just to make things a bit more interesting to see their interactions. I've added a slight like kill to death ratio kind of thing underneath the bots just as an initial proof of concept that I think I explained in the last video. But there's that, and now the objectives have a percent complete. So if I play, you can see a percent, and then the number beside the percent, which is a little awkward to see, but you see there's number 2 here. That's saying how many bots are technically inside the area. It's still a bit iffy because there's clearly 3, although I could have paused it at the wrong time. Oh no, I've just died. That's why it discounted me as I died. The bots are still. The bots weren't doing their respawn go back to base and heal up thing, which is annoying. But I fixed that. That was also to do with the collision, and now you can see we've got, let me pause. We've got a blue team, a silver team, a yellow team, and a pink team. I've also changed it so that the shield particles are now colored to the team. I will eventually make it so that the bots are have a highlight outline based on their team color, because otherwise you're never gonna know. It's a little convoluted otherwise. But apart from that, it's all it's all still functioning properly. You can see all the colors around the screen all changing as and when things get captured and stuff. I also made the objectives use a box particle effect, which might be a bit more apparent. It's very clearly defining a bit more of a solid line edge kind of shape rather than just random swirls. But if I leave this area, oh, I died. Oh, he's gonna get healed. Excellent. Our team's being massacred. Yeah, if we fight these guys out, you can see the percent changing, and then we claim it, and the particles still go big, all the usual kind of stuff. So I've not really done much in order to achieve these things. It was just tweaking some numbers, making some stuff make a bit more sense, and figuring out why things weren't working. It's all pretty straightforward stuff. I mean, the let me, oh, is it crashed? There we go. If I pop back to this, we can see just quickly in the HUD, all I've done is I've made it so the objectives always show, calculate where to show something, and if they're off screen they do what they did before, like you could see with the colors on the side, and if they're on the screen they show the percent captured and and the amount of drones in the area basically. So yeah, I do need to tweak the number that comes through, because that percent is a little absurd, to say the least. I think I need to find out how to do to the nearest 0 decimal points or something. But it will do for now. It works. It's clearly showing you the right values and stuff. I can go up to, say, this one in the corner. Hopefully nothing's coming. And you can see it going up. Somebody else comes in, it stops. You just dance around this guy for a bit. He might actually beat us there. Yeah, you get out. And then it goes up percentages and up to 100 and does all that, which is excellent. So yeah, that's all working. So yeah, that's what I've done earlier. And now we can actually start making some more interesting things for the game. So first and foremost, I want to make a different type of weapon, which is going to mean making, well, firstly a new C++ class, but we want something, let's think. So I'm going to create a couple of classes here. So we want to create something that inherits from the weapon class. So to start with, we want to create laser, and this is just going to be the default basic one that we've got at the moment. And then we want this to grief. Okay, right, stop. Oh, it's E laser. Make its constructor. Because if I remember correctly, weapon type equals laser. That's one thing we need to do. Has that pulled it in? No, it hasn't. Let me find that. Yeah, it doesn't always put it into there. There we go. I'll have to create some folders for this, I think. You filter weapons. You probably want, I'm just going to make one called other, which will have the build, the main module, the game mode, library, all of that. I think, yeah, that looks good, because we don't really use that very often. And then let's just quickly make one called like level elements, which is going to be field, the objective, and the respawn points. Right, there we go. You don't have to look for a long ass list all the time now. Okay, so we've got a laser weapon, and if we hit go again, what we'll need to do, basically we want to, oh actually, hang on, this needs to do call out to super. So we call the base constructor because that pulls up the initial. Oh, oh, is it private? I assumed it would have been protected. Okay, let's just make it. Make it protected then. We did that just because the weapon type should be like this is the key to what we're doing here, is making the different weapons so their constructors should always kind of override the base class and set their type. Even though the default's technically laser, it's a bit crappy to, like, it helps to put it in. Okay, so what should we do? I'm curious to know whether or not I could make the homing rockets or something, because that would be interesting. But no, let's try. Okay, let's make the shotgun, for instance. So we want a new C++ class. Weapon again. And this time we let it do its reload properly. And hopefully in here. Ah, okay, it's cleared all the filters. Oh well. I suppose I'll have to actually put them physically into folders at some point then. Whatever. Here's what it is. Okay, so we're going to do the same here. I don't know why I did that. So the idea with this is to spawn multiple projectiles at once. Okay, so we also in weapon we have this static method, and we need to create our own version of that, because otherwise it won't do the right thing. So this is going to be called create shotgun, and we can just take the same parameters because the only differences are going to be when we perform the fire function. So we literally copy this code from here. Because we're not doing anything different. Don't know if I need that. I'm going to leave it for now. So this will return an instance of uShotgun, which is what we want. So for instance, we could now do in the character, there's a hell of a lot of code. Shotgun, and then in set weapon. Create shotgun. Okay, there we go. So in theory, this should still work as it did before. It's just we've got an instance of a shotgun rather than a base weapon. But shotgun currently doesn't change anything. It still just does the normal generic weapony stuff. So in order to change that, we be needing to make this a virtual method. Right. Well then, so here's the fun part. I don't know what I put override in there. So what we want is we want to take this. So virtual allows it to be overridden by a subclass. So in here, you do override. And then because I'm lazy, I'm going to steal this. Because we kind of want to do exactly the same thing with some subtle differences. So we have everything we need in here is what we want. What's happened there? That's interesting. I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to put that one there. I'm going to put this. Let's change this slightly, because this might need to be different. Oh no, actually it won't. That should be absolutely fine. Yeah, that looks a bit weird. I don't like not having to put the end line on. Right, so we want to do the same premise here, but because we're a shotgun, we of course want to spawn multiple projectiles. So that's rotating, that's the fire direction. So we're adding the fire rotation. So we want to play around with the rotation. So let's see. So this is going to be the loop. Let's say 5. We only want to play the sound once. So we're spawning multiple projectiles, still with random damage. Let's think. So what we ideally want to do is change the rotation. Hang on, that's making it very hard to see. Gun location, fire rotation. What do we want to change here? That's the direction we're looking. So we kind of want to be vaguely pointing in that direction. But the gun location's also changing. So I'm just trying to figure out what this is actually achieving. So we're spawning an actor of a particular class at that location, at that rotation. And we're rotating the vector based on this rotation. Okay, so the gun offset could be something like 60. So we've got our central point. Let me just try and I said I won't need it to get a proper application for this. I don't know, let's just do whatever. Right. So we're here, the gun offset's here, but we're firing over here. So what we're doing is we're getting the gun offset, and we're rotating the gun offset to face that direction, so it will face that way, and then we're getting the location and adding that to it. So the gun offset is always assumed as forward from this, and then the gun offset ends up being here, and then we shoot that direction. I believe that's what's happening. So what we need to do is repeat these two, but make it yeah, we want to change the rotation randomly within a certain range. Okay. So something that's going to be quite useful, I'm going to assume I want a rotator. Random direction, but with a, come on, stop it. Okay, so we've got the exact direction that they're already trying to shoot. So we know that. So that's going to be like a central location. Now the rotation is likely going to be 0, 0, 0, something 0, or close to that. What is it gonna offset? So we're only dealing with what's that? The yaw. Um, hmm. Why? Okay. Let me look up the rotator real quick. I can't remember what it has. Clamp to an axis. That's pretty cool. Inverse, equivalent, normalized, blah blah blah. Unrotate vector. That's interesting. Okay. Right. Yeah. So it's got pitch, roll, and yaw. So I'm pretty sure yaw is the only thing that we're interested in. So we want a float. So we've got the current yaw, and we want to do something like let me close all this. So we want to get sort of random yaw values, and as obviously as it's degrees, it's 1 to 360 of range. So if I can remember for the life of me where I've got this code, random range, yeah, this one. God, my mouse is all over the shop. Okay, let's take that. Actually, what we're doing, we're just going to make that. So we want to get the current yaw, and we want to go possibly a bit before it and possibly a bit after it. Did they say yaw was a float? It's a float. This should be fine then. So let's do 0.8. All right, let's try that. Let's just see if this builds a tool. So we're trying to get sort of a random spread to the left and the right of where we're aiming. Why are you having so many problems? No, I didn't mean to. Right, undefined type, yes. Okay. The old includes, let me. We'll almost definitely be needing all of this, I'm sure. Okay, it's a bit happier. What on earth? Why has it done that? Everything should be public, no? Public or protected. Why? Cannot access. Short timer expired. Intriguing. Uh, let's make it public. It shouldn't. This could be something specific to how the Unreal Engine builds it, I guess. Ambiguous. We've got this problem again. Got to define them as floats, otherwise it can't tell. Intriguing. Okay, let's put that back in there. Let's see what happens. Excellent. Well, it built. Wow. All we've got to do now is see if it runs. This is going to be absolute insanity, hopefully. So I've essentially just given every single bot a laser weapon, but now it shoots up to up 5 projectiles every time. Oh wow. Yeah, alright. This seems reasonable. Oh, I didn't think that would just work. What the fuck? Okay, now it's a bullet hell. Just wonderful. That's what happens when you get really, to be honest, it's just a lot of luck to realistically, but well, wow. Yeah, sure. Okay, we need to change some other things as well. So for instance, we don't want the projectiles to go for very far. Because it's meant to be a shotgun, they're meant to die reasonably fast. So there's this initial lifespan. So let's see if we can change the projectile lifespan when we spawn it. Lifespan 4.5. Close. I love it when stuff like this happens, right? And then we'll get another weapon that's very conceptually different. Oh yeah, see, there you go. Their projectiles are dying off a lot faster. I'm gonna be murdered. Oh god. Okay. Come back. Oh, I got rinsed. This is actual insanity. Pardon me. Right, I'll stop now. Oh, that's a lot of fun. This is going to be good. If I can keep making stuff work at this rate, it will certainly won't take me very long to make a lot of progress with this. All right. Let's think. So now what we can do, which will be interesting. So what I'm inevitably going to need is a static method, which is let's think, easiest way to achieve this. I suppose I could do same as this, right? Complete class T. It returns T, and let's get we're just gonna have to straight include this. Weapon.h, and then it's going to be F, no, E weapon type. Okay, so now we want to be able to get a weapon based on the enumeration. So we do a nice little switch statement, which is on type, and then we do case, and we do laser. Oh, new laser. Let me pop into the code. Here, did we? We have not. Let me just do what we did before. Where are we looking? New, great. I think there we go. Laser will need one as well. Eventually, we won't need one for weapon at all. Create laser. Same premise as before. And of course, we can just straight copy this. Let's do that again. U laser. Laser. I could perhaps make a templated class for this. I'm not sure if it will work like that. I mean, it will. I'm going to leave it like this for now because it's more explicit, but it might be possible to template class that as well. And not have to do that at all. Create laser. Oh yeah, this needs the same parameters. And we should be able to quick actions, change signature. Wonderful. And let's go into player character. Basically, I'm just trying to set up a random weapon, right? Oh, what am I doing? I don't know why I'm. Hang on. Being an idiot. So it's literally in fire rate, in damage, in owner. I believe we can do, there we go. Add missing case statements, copy, paste. Use shotgun, create shotgun. In any other case, turn laser, or yeah. Okay. And then we want a method which I made a while back. Let me have a look. To get a random enumeration, which is a really, really handy function to have. Why did I double click? Random percent. Get a num string at difficulty. There we go. We want the same premise in here. We go up here. We do that. Create implementation. And then we do this, which is getting a random enumeration number, which is basically getting the last index of an enumeration, but the template class is an enumeration, and then it passes back the actual enumeration of it. So we do this. And yeah, cast. Okay, looks fine. And then we can do something really cool, which is this. Firstly, wait, do we? Yeah, okay, we have those on that. Fair enough. During character. So instead, we do. Okay, and then we do function library. Random and type. We haven't made an end for it yet, but let's put an end on. If we go back into here, there we go, ends there. I believe it's that. And let's see how broken this is now. Right, what did I call it? No, that is right. What are you complaining about? Error, no matching overloaded function could not convert deduce template to good grief. It's a little convoluted. Okay, hang on. Let's just filter this down a bit because it's a little absurd. Okay, now let's rebuild and see which one it's got an issue with. We just want to be giving them random weapons, so could not convert argument 1 from T to U weapon. Template T static. Just making sure everything's the same as it is everywhere else. So this is saying I'm passing in pointer. Oh, have I not made it? No. Okay. And why isn't that a pointer by default, or does that matter? It does matter. Let me see if that fixes it. May have just been missing the pointer. I'll use T subclass of or something at some point. But that, oh. Oh, okay, yeah, no shit. We're gonna have some problems here. Let me pull this into C++. Okay, to include laser and shotgun. We're already including weapon, I believe. Sorry, it's a bit of a long-winded way of doing all of this, but it does get the job done. I believe I can actually put all of this into the C++ now. I'm still not certain as to why it wasn't letting me do this in the past. Let's just rebuild and see what happens. We want to avoid declaration, not loops. Christ. Well, yeah, you want to avoid having one thing including something and then something else including that. Yeah, see, we're getting all the same problems that we had in the past. What does this look like? Blah, blah. Template T. This is having real issues with when I pull it in. It's unresolved external symbol. But like what? Objective, drawing character. Like, does it need all of that in it? Let me just have a look. Because it's actually just complaining that it doesn't know what they are, so. Let's see if that got rid of those ones. New function, a drone base AI. Find objective. Ah, balls. Okay, well, let's take this stuff back in. Oh, we might need those in the future. It doesn't really matter if we include them and don't use them that much. These are fine where they were, apparently. Right, now we may still get some complaints about the one we pulled into here. Sonic U weapon. Why though? Hmm. We have. Okay, let's change this. I'll just keep it really simple. Make that a U weapon. Go back up to here. U weapon. I might have to look into that another time. Come on. Do they not? Thought that's what default was for. Oh, yeah, okay. Right, now it will work. I swear. So we're going to close all but that. I'm going to go down here. Nope. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's a bit easier to see now. There we go. Now, when we hit play, some bots are going to have, majority will have laser weapons, because it will go through the case statements, all of them, even the ones that aren't populated. Oh, actually, why did I make it return null? That's not a very sensible idea, is it? It should at least return a weapon. Okay, let's leave that open. Oh, that's my bad. Okay, and when we hit play, we've got some lasers. A lot of lasers. I mean, it will mostly be that. Has anyone ended up with a shotgun? I don't think so. Let's just go into the code just to make sure it ever works. Intriguing. Okay, it must be coming into here a tool. Rocket. Okay. Yeah, it's just random chance. Very, very, very low random chance. Seriously. That's interesting. I mean, okay, it's like a 1 in 6. Oh, 1 in, sorry, 1 in 5. It always. I mean, we don't need the default case. That's redundant because we know it's always going to pick one of them. Oh, oh no, it's returning. So, okay, let's do something. Let's make 2 others be shotguns as well. For now. And inevitably you'll get just completely random weapons, but that's not obviously the intention for the game, but it, you know, what? Oh, right, sorry, that's my bad. There we go. We got like a 50% chance. Hey, see, we've got a shotgun. Most things seem to have lasers. Oh, there's another shotgun user. Oh my god, that tight spread is gonna massacre us. Oh, I died. So yeah, that's good. So we have a method that gives you the right weapon, and we made a shotgun very quickly. I'm still very surprised at that. Next, I kind of want to start working on something else. Heat-seeking rockets, perhaps. Slow fire rate, but they block on and fire. I might change how the weapon works. Actually, because it would be useful to be able to determine. No, because you don't have a target when you're a player. No, okay. What we'll do is we'll make the rocket projectile do a scan every so many seconds, every like half a second or something, and then once it finds a target, it latches onto it and flies towards it. Perhaps giving it a slow turning circle or something. We'll try and figure that one out. I'm sure it will be something reasonably straightforward, assuming that projectiles can move like that. Okay. I think what we can do is constantly set their rotation. That might be a possibility. Yeah, we don't need this anymore. Yeah, okay. What we'll do is obviously we'll make another class subclass of this projectile because it needs to work in the same way. The only difference being we would override the tick method, and it would be something around the lines of let's assume we have Adrian character target. It would be something like, let's just pick up the code we use in AI. Something like this. So we would do don't know why I did that. Exactly the same premise as that. And then we would do that. I know I've kind of just done it, but you know, and of course we can stall the rotation like we were doing previously with the character and stuff. I believe it's lerp. Some values, some stuff. Yeah, I'll find that out as well. It should be as straightforward as that. And then, yeah, on tick, it just rotates slowly to face. And then when we spawn one of these, we change the fire rate or whatever. Because obviously we're putting some same values in for for a random weapon here, which won't necessarily work very well later on. I'm gonna make the weapons fixed, I suppose. In fact, I might remove this entirely, these, and make it so that they're fixed values. But we'll see. But yeah, I'm surprised I managed to do what I did just there. And yeah, I guess it's good proof of concept. Went straight from a new class to it functioning how I intended it to, so that's really awesome. Really straightforward code. I could make the pellet quantity random, change the damage and stuff, and yeah. So with that in mind, I hopefully will see you guys around next time. Yeah.